Today's December 4th, 2025. Current Bitcoin price is $92,543.
Welcome to the BitBite podcast, your source for news and information about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space. This podcast is meant for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice.
Hey, everybody. So Rick is not able to join us this evening, but I did want to go ahead and get an episode out. Currently, we're looking at, going to recap kind of our normal stuff in the beginning here. We're looking at the ETF flows, and still a lot of red is happening. It looks like we're starting to see a turnaround as of December 2nd. We had 120 million from BlackRock. There was still ARK Invest. Actually, it looks like they sold about 90 million worth of the ETF that day. The third, and we were still down that day. It looks like it was 14 million lost that day. So not great. I mean, we still have quite a bit of red. There's been actually a couple solid days of inflows coming in, looking like starting the 25th of November, 26th. They've just been small numbers. Nothing too crazy when we look at that front. Looking at our purchases, first purchase, theoretical buy number 1 from October of 2023. That was $3,000, and that got you 0.0885 Bitcoin. At the current price, that's worth $8,190. And then the second theoretical buy, which was done right at the halving, got you $1,000, got you 0.01564 Bitcoin. And that actually is currently sitting at $1,447. So both of them are definitely above water still. Not as good a numbers as what we've seen earlier. October was still gangbusters whenever we broke out the month. So there's been a lot of different rumors kind of swirling around. We've had, I think overall, we've had feelings that the price probably had peaked in the beginning of October. But with the way that the market's going currently, I'm not sure how we're going to play out yet. Still a lot to see how that's going to develop. There's actually been a lot of Bitcoin news that's been coming out. That's part of the reason why I want to get this episode out there. One of the big things that just came out, the CFTC has officially approved spot Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency trading on its registered futures exchanges, making it a significant step in the U.S. regulatory framework for digital assets. This approval allows for the first time in U.S. federally regulated markets, providing a safer and more transparent trading environment for both retail and institutional investors. The new framework includes leveraged spot crypto trading under the same regulatory standards as traditional commodities, ensuring market integrity and customer protections. So that's something new. We knew with I think it was the Genius Act and the Clarity Act, CFTC was going to be taking over Bitcoin as a commodity. So now we're starting to see some of that framework start to roll out. So I think that's actually really interesting. Some of the other news that I thought I was kind of blown away when I saw this. Vanguard, even though they were anti-crypto and anti-Bitcoin for a very long time, has now changed their tune. So that's pretty big. They're going to allow their clients to trade Bitcoin ETFs. Bank of America, the wealth advisors are now announcing that they're going to recommend a 1 to 4% allocation starting in January of 2026. BlackRock's IBIT ETF continues to outpace their gold ETFs. So, I mean, that's some major news. And that's still coming off of all these price slumps that we've seen. Bitcoin rebounded above 92,000 after dipping below 84,000, driven by short squeeze and institutional buying. Whale wallets, which is something I've been wanting to kind of watch. I need to look up the Pi cycle indicator still, but whale wallets are actually buying currently at these prices. We're not seeing as big of a sell-off. I think a lot of what we've seen, at least from what I can tell from some of the market analytics, has been a lot of leverage movements, which, I mean, obviously it's a buying opportunity, right? Like even me, myself, I feel like I wish I had more dry powder to deploy into the market right now, especially when we got into that 83,000 range. So I know it's difficult to look at and see because I'm always the permeable. But I feel like this market's not, I don't typically we would have been peaking about this time, and I don't think we're done yet. I think this is just, there's something that's traditionally changing within the market. I know we've discussed it in the previous episodes, and I still feel that way today. Larry Fink revealed sovereign wealth funds are buying the dip, establishing long-term positions in Bitcoin during recent volatility. So that tells you something too. If the wealth funds, and obviously it keeps them anonymous, but if the wealth funds are buying on the dip opportunities, then that tells you they're there for the long game, and they don't think this is the end. I mean, could they be wrong? Sure. They absolutely could be wrong, but they also, I mean, they could be right. There's still a lot of a split I saw right before we kind of got recording here, or before I got recording. Charles Hoskinson was claiming that, Bitcoin's going to hit 250,000 in 2026. So I don't know. I mean, it's a couple episodes ago, I think we said Bitcoin was at a crossroads. I still feel that way. Although with that news with Vanguard opening up their doors, and then CFTC, like it sounds like there could be a flood of dollars still coming in. And then on top of all that, like December 1st, I think we had talked about this before, the liquidity spike was supposed to start again. Quantitative tightening was supposed to end. So, Fink compared tokenization today to the internet in 1996, predicting all assets could live in digital wallets. We've heard about tokenization before. Larry Fink this is really something he's pushing on. So, I don't know what to think about that still. I don't know. I mean, I love Bitcoin. I'm afraid of BlackRock getting a hold of Bitcoin and controlling a lot of it. I'm afraid of them buying miners that are on the market, that are open for trading. Let me get a drink of water here. Give me 1 second. But I'm not sure how I feel. Man, I love to hate him. That's all I can say. I want him to be the cheerleader for Bitcoin because that helps me. However, that also scares me. Meaning that if he gets a hold of, these mining groups and these big miners become like really the only cats in the game, that's where I get concerned for the future of Bitcoin, because then they can control the protocol. You still have the nodes running, but the hash rate's going to determine a lot. So I would like to see a continued dilution of miners across the world. I would like to see, just as many home miners, BitAxes, whatever the case may be, Avalons, whatever you have at home that you could run. Just that way we're helping to secure the market as well. We don't have to rely on those big market movers to do that. And I think if enough of us actually run like a BitAxe and some smaller mining devices, I don't know, maybe we could swarm them. I don't know, but it's worth a shot. Fear and greed index rose from 10 to 15, hitting a cautious optimism. So it looks like we're moving in the right direction. When we look at the macroeconomic news right now, we have jobless claims update. Unemployment claims fell. Unemployment claims fell 191,000 to the lowest level it's been since September of 2022. So that was pretty major news. That came off this morning. A reason why that's important is because we're looking at the Fed meeting starts on the 9th through the 10th. So next week, I think we're supposed to get inflation numbers starting Friday. Maybe Rick and I will be able to record another episode on Sunday, just to kind of follow up with that. So I don't know. It's weird though. So we got that September payroll, 191,000 jobs, lowest in September of 2022. But layoffs to date were 1.17 million, the highest since COVID. So it's weird. Right now, when the Fed does meet, they've got some hawkish and they've got some dovish people. They're kind of split right now. The poly markets and those types of things right now, they're looking at 80 to an 89% chance odds that the Fed will cut rates by 25 basis points. So we'll kind of be waiting with bated breath to see what that is. If they do that, that's going to bring interest rates down to 3.5 to 3.75%. That's going to have a huge impact, especially on people trying to get a home. I mean, the interest rate where it is, it still needs to come down lower, but that's getting a little bit more reasonable. People are having to tack on so much just for making the interest on their home notes. So we'll see where it goes. Fed decision Friday, or Fed decision next week. Inflation numbers, and let me check Trueflation real quick while we're sitting here. What is it sitting at? Because that's one of the things that, some of the people that are more hawkish in the Fed right now, they are stating that they don't want to cut any more rates because inflation is still not where it needs to be. Now, Trueflation is showing inflation currently sitting at 2.45%. So, I don't know. It's that's a simple fact of the matter, man. I have no idea. I don't know where this is going. I don't know if we are done. Like I said, I'm a perma bull. I wish Rick was on here because he would bring a little sense to my craziness with my optimism. But we've got the floodgates coming in with Wall Street. Sovereign wealth funds buying up the dip. Retail fears versus institutional conviction. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I mean, if Main Street is scared right now in the Bitcoin space and Wall Street is buying, that should tell you something. That's one of the things that I think we've preached on here before as well. We need to be careful with our Bitcoin. Don't let them buy it from you. And if they do buy it from you, make sure they're paying the premium. Not that you're selling it to them on a sale. Don't let emotions control when you're going to sell. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do. There's people that have, there's people right now that have bought at $110,000 Bitcoin. And they're like, oh my God, I'm already losing. Fact of the matter is you've got to hold Bitcoin for an extended period. You should hold it for at least 4 years before you would even think about selling it. And if you're buying Bitcoin with money that you need, don't do that. If you know you're going to have to pay rent, don't use that money to buy Bitcoin. It's not a get rich quick scheme. I've said this before and I've said it on other podcasts. Buying Bitcoin is like winning the lottery, yes, but it's like winning the lottery in slow motion. You've got to be able to be patient and wait. And it'll outpace returns of just about anything else that's out there. And I still believe it will, even at these prices. I still believe it will. I could be wrong, but we'll have to come back in a few years and take a look. I wish I had more to offer you all this evening, but it is a Bit Byte podcast. So next time Rick will be with us. I wanted to get this out and this information out to you, especially that Vanguard news, man. That's big. That is really big. But if you get a chance, get yourself a hardware wallet. You can do it through our deals page on the website. It's at www.thebitbytepodcast.com/deals. And sign up for our newsletter. I know we haven't released a newsletter in a long time, but sign up on there and you'll get your self-custody checklist when you sign up. That's our free gift to you. So thank you all for listening. We hope you have a great one, and I'll just speak for Rick on that. And I know he wishes the best to all of you out there as well. So take care, and we will talk to you all soon.